Hi guys, how are you? It's nice to see you again. There's this week and there's next week's video, and then that's kind of it. We are heading down the slope to summertime, up the slope to summertime, if summertime's at the top of your experiences list, however you want to think of it. I know that it's kind of bittersweet to think about. I am very excited for summer. I always am. I'm excited that it is finally hot weather for sure. But it feels odd not to be with you in a space where we can kind of celebrate the end of the year together and clean things out and take things home and talk about highs and lows and where we would get better for next year. That said, if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Chat them to me, post them, email me directly, whatever works. Write me an actual letter with an actual envelope, with an actual stamp, put it in the mail. I also accept those. But I would love to hear from you in any capacity. But now let's talk about the assignment this week. So this is a responding assignment, and it is the last responding assignment of the year. And again, it's looking at a different piece of art. It's a cultural piece. It's from Central Africa, and it is not recent. It's not within the past 5 or 10 years. Look at it. I know every single time we have a piece like this, I say look at it, because you need to look to be able to gather information and make observations about things and connect things together. You need to look at things and get as much as you can from it. So take a look at it. And then there's 3 questions to answer. And now I want you to think about them. The first question asks you about something kind of simple, but asks you to put it in art phrasing. So what elements of art do you see in the piece? Line, shape, form, texture, pattern, color, and value. See, even I forget sometimes. So don't just say I see beads. That isn't any of those things. Make sure you're using the words and connecting them with the question. The second question asks you about what you can guess from the culture. And there's a little story attached. Read the story. Get the information. And then answer the question based on what the question is asking, what you read and what you see. It's basically like a mini TDA. And you do those all the time, so I know you can. Finally, your last question asks you to take a jump. Take prior knowledge that you have from somewhere else about other myths and stories and things and put it into this context. If you had this mask in front of you and you were not tied to the Kuba culture, what else might you act out with it? Don't say the same thing that's in the story right before it. That's a cop-out. Use what you know from other cultures, other myths, other stories, and connect those 2 things together. So again, all of these questions require you to think. Can you just, be silly and waste time and just say, yeah, it tells me that they're interesting. Yeah, I would tell the story about a white-haired animal. You could, but would I accept that in my classroom? No. That's not A work. It's not even B work. And it's questionable whether it's C work. So pretend I'm pushing you, challenging you, asking you to do your best all the time. Because if you're going to do the work, it's worth doing well. Nothing's worth doing if you're not going to do it well. Sometimes there's constraints and we just can't do things. I get that. But if you're not really going to try to put your best effort into it, is it even worth trying? So be your best self, here and everywhere else. Enjoy the weather, relax a little bit, finish your work, end on a high note. You got 2.5 more weeks to go. You can totally do it. Okay, friends. I'll talk to you later. Bye.